We are still sometimes coming closer, look like we're going further apart from one another.
Amen.
We don't show the love that we used to show. And when I look back at my life as a little boy, this family was built on love.
Yes, amen.
And prayers. I remember my grandmother, amen, when she would sit on the porch, and I don't care who came by, they never turned people away. They always had enough food to feed you.
Amen.
And they always had a kind word to say to someone. But now sometimes, you know, I remember, I look at that sometimes, and I remember because, see, we stayed on Shiver Street. A lot of times when they came from Memphis, we all stayed together.
Amen.
Sometimes there was a bunch of us in one house and a bunch of us in one room. But now, you know, it's hard to get 2 or 3 of us in the bed together. I don't want to sleep with this one. I don't want to sleep with that one.
I'm trying to listen.
But, you know, we had some good times.
Oh, yeah.
We had good times. And when I look at all my great uncles and my uncles, how God has blessed them down through the years. I didn't see Uncle Hoppin, you know, and I was concerned about him. Because, you know, sometimes you look for these older ones to help you along. Hey, Aunt Easter and Aunt Laura, you know, we have to thank God for them.
Amen.
You know, and I remember when I was at my youngest daughter's age over there, you know, we had a lot of respect for our adults.
Amen.
All we had to do was come into the room where they were, and you got quiet.
That's right.
Didn't have to tell you 5 or 6 times to be quiet. But it's just the idea when you enter the room, if you ever visit my grandfather's house, Mr. J.D., he didn't do a lot of hollering.
Amen.
But he would clear his throat sometimes and say, "Son, did you hear me?" And he didn't say anymore.
You know I know it.
But you know, we have to look at that. I think back on those good times, and when I think back on the good times for God, how He allowed me, and I look back at myself sometimes, and I said, Lord, I just thank you for my life.
Yeah.
Confused I was, and didn't know whether I was going to be here today or tomorrow. Had to sometimes look and peep and see who was laying beside me the next morning. But I thank God that He gave me a family, a wife. And I thank God for the Middlebrooks family reunion. Sometimes, you know, I'm not going to call names of the different families because, see, sometimes you get in trouble calling names. But if I say Middlebrooks family reunion, we all came through that bloodline.
Amen.
Some kind of way. You don't have to go to start saying, because, see, somebody's going to get left out. They're going to say, he didn't call our name. But you got to understand where you came from.
Amen.
You came from that family. And I tell you, I look back at our families and how they kept us together. And sometimes tears have came in my eyes. And before my mother left this world, she cried because some of the things I went through. I can remember some of the times that I went to field and I was so small until they fired me, but we had to make it. You know, we couldn't depend on anybody else, but we had to make it. And sometimes I look around, you know, at us, and I thank God because He brought us from the cotton sacks to the Cadillacs.
That's right.
And sometimes we don't understand that.
Yes,
you got to understand you are living now better than you ever lived. Home you're able to walk into. You don't have to worry about the wind blowing through the holes and through the cracks. But yet still, when the wind blowed through those holes and those cracks, there was a lot of love in that home. Didn't have a whole lot of food, but what they took, they made plenty of.
Amen.
And now it's time we have plenty of food and can't even get it cooked. Nobody wants to help one another. This family union is built on family. It's not sis by herself. We are yet a family.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And we all can pitch in and make it easy.
That's right. Amen. You gonna say the prayer?
First, giving honor to God.
No, we ain't had the prayer yet.
And the rest of the family.
That's why he was supposed to put up there.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here. You know, I'm so proud of you.
Amen. Amen.
My time is passing. I'm kind of emotional, so I take a lot of medication now. Can't do it like I used to. I thank God. Praise God. Michael, Emmett told his kids, Sally Mae, and Easter told his kids, their kids, it's time for y'all to step up to the plate. You know, we was pushed together by conditions. You know, I hear Jimmy mention the fact, you know, Amy Allen had 13 in the house of our own. And we had enough nerve on us, we go there and spend the night. And I go there and look at that little house now, you know, sometimes I wonder what she had. We got up there enough biscuits, we had got enough gravy, enough everything. So we put together under circumstances. But I don't know whether it's for the better or for the worse. Things have gotten better for us conditional-wise in the world, but as a family, we seem to be getting further apart. And the burden of the head from this family, your generation, Jim, y'all have to come up to the plate. Y'all have to bind together. Pull this family out. I'm not going to say a whole lot. Like I said, I get kind of emotional for me and think about medication. Yeah, you know it.